PDP's been around for a couple decades now. It's really hard to believe. I could not be more excited with what we're doing this year and what we're planning on doing for future years to come. We are definitely just getting started. PDP was started to offer an entry price point drum set and hardware because Drum Workshop is a much more expensive brand, and was never really comfortable with kind of putting out a product with the DW name on it that was at that price level. And so PDP was born. It's like, hey, we don't want to diminish this amazing thing that we have, but we do want to be able to get drums out for the price point, and to be able to get them into the hands of kids and people wanting to learn, or someone maybe couldn't afford the DW brand but wanted to be a part of the family. And I think that is why PDP was started. And I think it's lived up to, its expectations and why it was, why it was created. One of the other things that I thought was really great when I got back was all the experimentation that we get to do. I work with the R&D team, work with marketing, work with, all these great people, and we have some amazing engineers, right? Some of the hardware we come out with is really innovative. We've got some of the coolest, features and technology in our hardware, but the price doesn't change. This is what we started with, and this is what we've had for many years. And when we came out with this, this has a lot of cool, innovative things on it, But, time goes on, and then now what we're working with, is something that, these guys can show you.
Yeah, basically the thoughts about the new product start when we release a product, and the information we collect right before the release in the testing phase or after it is released leads to the new design combined with whatever Rob thinks is best suited for the market at a certain time. So that would be like our testing experience from ourselves being drummers, or all of our artists involved and all the other employees in-house, as well as whatever we find out could be optimized on the geometry of a pedal. Like I explained in certain videos, that this pedal is like based on my favorite setup from the MDD, our machine pedal, and I just converted it into the geometry for this pedal size. And for the next one, we want to optimize this a little bit, but we want to stay with the stuff that was good for us, that was doing well, like the smooth footboard and the link geometries that's really dialed in. But we want to optimize the frame, so that led us to the big discussion, what kind of frame are we going to use for this pedal? And you also asked for a differentiator for the concept pedal.
Sure.
We have actually all the stages of the project here. At some point we decided that we're going to go with a single post because it makes total sense from a bearing fit standpoint for us, and it optimizes the way we can actually do those bearing fits.
Also playing a hi-hat right next to on your left, is really nice.
And so we came up with this first prototype where you have actually a lot of air pockets, and we tried to make it like as smooth and as small, as light as possible, just to see what's doable. So we printed up in our in-house printer, 3D printer.
You brought up 3D printing. I'll just talk about that for a second, because it's really saved us a lot of time, as you guys know. And fortunately, we were early adapters to that, and having it for so many years, we're now on our second machine, which is probably 4 times faster and does several kinds of materials. That takes stuff from normally taking weeks and weeks or months to get a machine prototype down to
Yeah.
We run it tonight, we could look at it tomorrow, and we move on to the next step. That'll be cool to show everybody.
From that on, we went to a different type of bearing fit system that you can actually see on the screen, as we always have it on our big screen here, and we can talk about it.
Right.
And then from that on, we went to the first machined prototype. So we have machining in-house where we do prototypes like that, and we assembled the first pedals and then check the geometry if it works. And that's actually the biggest thing, because you can put things in formulas all day long, but for us as drummers, what matters is the feel. Does it feel good when you sit down and you play a groove? We got the final frame product here. And from that point on, it was more back into Rob's hands, deciding what kind of paint job is it going to have, what kind of overall look.
As we're doing it, what's on our mind is whatever it takes to get there, we're willing to try, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the nice thing about working with DW as a group of companies. We're always kind of asked to push the limit. And, you know, after we get that great feel and great design that you come up with, then we go, okay, how can we make this so it can be at least affordable to most people, right?
Yeah.
And not,
this was
crazy out there.
This was set in the framework for the project. It's like it has to hit a certain price point. It's different on a pedal that's a prestige product, and this is our top of the line product for PDP, but it still has to meet the price point.
And how can you push the limits?
Oh yeah, but
yet
still meet the price point, which is actually really fun for me.
It's
to
a
do.
challenge.
I
but
love this challenge.
I would say for sure we succeeded. Or
Yeah.
You in particular on a lot of the designs that you did. And then, repair parts. Like how easy is it if there is a problem?
Yes,
Can you replace parts easily?
For example, on this one, we actually incorporated a lot of parts from the 5000 pedal, like the triangle, 5000 and 3000, and the same bearing, same spring assembly down here, which is simplifying our whole spare part line and system. It also makes it easier for drummers. If they look for spare parts, they can just go for 5000 spare parts, which you probably find around the globe.
Yeah, if a bearing wears out after 10 years or whatever, you can replace it with something readily available.
So that's all part of the R&D process, and there's a lot of work that goes into it.
PDP drums are elegant and classic sounding, and they are so versatile. I just love playing them. When I first got the PDP kit, they were building my DW kit, but I needed something to go on the road with Lucas and Promise of the Real. So we got the PDP Concept Kit, the maple mahogany, and it was so great that I'm still using it 3 years later on the road with Lucas. I'm also using my DW kit with Neil Young, but that PDP kit just goes everywhere with me with Lucas. And really, Joel, our sound guy, he doesn't want me to change it at all. He just loves it so much. So it was really a happy accident, and I love the kit so much.